Hello everyone, this is Toasted Baby, and welcome back to Minecraft. I said it wouldn't be done, and yet here I am. Don't get used to it. So I realized, like a year ago, that I've never done a video on my SMP house, my new one for the second server. And then that was a year ago, and then, I kind of swore off Minecraft, but you know what? I figured, might as well show the world. So, this is going to be the first time I have logged into the server in well over a year at this point. Because, as many of you know, I don't play Minecraft anymore. But I downloaded Minecraft, finally got it back. A lot has changed, apparently. And let's go ahead and connect to ToastedCraft. Just so we can do a quick highlight of my house. Oh, and there it is, and it's raining. So, let's go ahead and do clear. Alright, why do I remember those? Anyway, this is my house. I spent a lot of time on this server. A lot of fucking time, in case you were wondering. And we're going to do a little bit of a highlight. This is probably the ultimate SMP house that you'll ever find ever. And that's not a lie, because I literally did everything in here. So, first things first, this is modeled after the Comescu house located in Sedona, Arizona, which is just north of me. Actually, you know what? Just because it's going to take too long to show off if I'm not in creative mode. This is modeled after the Comescu house in Sedona, Arizona. It's very, very laggy because I have a lot of redstone here. I did do a lot of redstone when I actually played Minecraft, so a little bit laggy here. But anyway, this is my entrance area. This goes to the hub, or another hub. Once you go in here, you will go ahead and push this button to open up the gate. What's wrong with the button? Duped items. That is one of the problems of using this hopper system. It dupes items occasionally, but if I do that and that, then it works. So, what is it? Minecraft 1.9 I'm in right now, I think it is. And I made this a long time ago, and redstone still works, so there you go. I do know that one thing that I... Oh, this one's duped too. One thing that I made a while ago... actually, the garage doors that I made for my horse garages, those do not work anymore. I know that because they relied on a bit of a glitch with pistons, where if you had two pistons stacked on top of each other, and you powered the top one, they would both be powered, and when you unpowered it, they would both retract at the same time, but the bottom piston would actually pull the top piston down along with it. So, actually, I think I can show you if I remember how to do it. So basically, if you had a piston like that and like that, and then a torch, you do that, and then if you... I don't remember how to do it. That... No, it was... There. If you did that, something like that, and then you unpowered it, it would pull both these pistons down at the same time. So this bottom piston would actually pull this top piston down double distance, which I relied on for this. It does not work anymore, so it will go up, but it will not go down all the way. So it only goes down, what, one block? Yeah, it only goes down one block, so the one thing that broke out of all my redstone designs. But anyway, we're not here for that. We are here for... What? Wasn't there... I had a skeleton in here before, didn't I? Pretty sure it was Robot Jesus. Oh, that skeleton's gone. Anyway, when you walk into my house, you'll notice a sign. Don't worry about that. This is a map of the area surrounding my house. That's the witch farm that is right over there. I'll view that later. Oh, it's laggy. God, how has it been? Oh, over a year since I played Minecraft, and I still can't make it run better. Whatever. This is the beacon power selector that I have for my house. I do have 9 full power beacons all the way around my house. There's 1, 2, 3, and then there's one over there. One over there, and then 3 along the back. This is the only one that has selectable power because I don't want to run redstone to all of them. So let's say you want to turn resistance 2 off. You do that, and resistance 2 is now turned off. And then I think if I do that, yeah, not, and it's ticking down to nothing. So resistance 2 is turned off. Turn it back on. Goes back. And there you go. And this is just a reset in case the pistons get bugged, because it does rely on bud switches. Pushes out some water, updates all the pistons, then you're good to go. Over here is my living room, kind of, I guess. I don't know what the family. I don't fucking know. Here is a statue that I made in lava that I don't know what it is. My library thing. Over here is my kitchen with stuff. This is an auto smelter, so you put stuff in here that you want to cook. Actually, can I do... how does... fucking... There we go. Cobblestone. Put it in there. Gets taken out. Sent up to these two auto smelters. There we go. And then they will start cooking. You can fill up the coal in these chests back here. And then once they are done, it gets sent to this top chest right here. So there's that. This is my garage if we go down here. This is Nosferatu. He's the horse that I found. I have a donkey, and then that was my very first horse ever on the server, so that's why I kept them. Nosferatu is a perfect horse. 26 hearts. I don't know if it's changed since then. Again, I did not kept up with Minecraft in well over a year, so I don't know if it's changed. This was 26 hearts, and it had the maximum jump height of, what was it, 5.5 blocks. So that is my perfect horse. Blah, 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 blah. We'll look at that later. That's one of the farms. This is the guest bedroom up here. I think, who was it, Marmaduke was chilling out in here while he was getting set on the server, and then he never came back. So it is the guest bedroom. Over here is the master bedroom, which is where I live. Here's my desk. This is my fish tank, which I have a... Fuck, what is it? What are those things called? Guardians. Yeah, Guardian. Guardian in here. His name is Kanye. There is a corner from the Canadian we don't speak about. And then here's kind of like my balcony and other stuff. And I do spawn at this bed. The way that I did it is behind here. I actually have beds right there. And on the other side I have a bed. So right there. And this is an available spawn point for the bed because it's around the bed. So I do spawn, actually it's over on this side. I spawn right here, even though this isn't actually a bed. So that's how that works. And then downstairs is where all the magic happens. Down here, this is a garbage chute, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. I'll get rid of those. This is my storage room. This was basically where I keep everything, obviously, because it's a storage room. Have everything organized. This is TNT. I emptied this out because this is where we used the TNT for the wither farm. The way that I have this set up is one where it has a single chest facing forward. That means that there is a storage system on the back of item hoppers and hopper minecarts, or chest minecarts. I think there's 8 for each one. So if you put items in here, so let's say if you do this, hardened clay, you want to put it in there. It's bulk storage. So if this does overflow, see it's filling up right now. If this does overflow, there is extra storage in the back. So it can hold up to, oh no, there's 16. So it's 8 double chests in the area of 1 single chest. So that's what the front-facing ones are. So as you see, I have a lot of cobblestone back here. And then, how do I do it? There we go. And then there's cobblestone back there also in the minecart so you can't access. Same with stone over here. Redstone, I did a lot of redstone, a lot of different designs that I created. That's why I have a lot of redstone. Gold, I was running a little low on gold because I did use a lot of it for, actually for these notch apples, I think they're called. I think these are the notch apples. I used a lot of it for these because we used these when we blew up the nether to make the wither wiper, so I had a lot more gold blocks. Emerald blocks with my villagers, a lot of diamonds. Wither skulls, got a lot of wither skulls, blaze rods. That, and I also want to reiterate, everything in here is legit survival multiplayer. Only survival mode, no creative. But you know, Toastcraft way, go big or go home. Then bottles of enchanting. So that is my storage room. I do have an armory down here, which opens up through the floor. It has different items that I got. These are all from villager trade, especially the chainmail, because that's, I think, that's the only way you can get it. Yeah, so you get that. Here are some extra tools that I get from trades. Fully enchanted, efficiency 5, unbreaking 3. I have those. And I also have all of these, efficiency 5, unbreaking 3. A couple of here, silk touch, fortune 3. I think these are all god swords, I'm pretty sure. Yes, these are all god swords. I got these during the duping era of Minecraft, when you could actually duplicate items by having them in hoppers going back and forth across chunk boundaries. That's how I got all these. Still survival, because it's a feature in the game. So yeah, these are all pretty much god swords. A couple shovels, didn't really use that many. A couple axes, bows. I did have some god bows, but these are all pretty good. More axes in the shovel. Oh, because this is extra tools. So more fortune, more silk touch, and then all efficiency 5, unbreaking 3. And then just again, this is my armor swapper. Push that. This is my god armor that I had on this one. This is a set of chainmail armor, and then a set for no armor. So that's why I have that there. Go ahead and close that. Down here splits off into my triple spawner area. So I found, when I was digging out this ravine of the house, I found 2 skeleton spawners right next to each other. I think they're within spawning distance, so there's 2 skeleton spawners right there, and then also over here, there is a spider spawner. So the way that I set this up is if you stand right down here, you can turn off each spawner individually, so that turns off the lights for that and makes those skeletons spawn. This button turns off the lights for this one and makes these skeletons spawn. This button turns off the lights for the spider spawner and causes spiders to spawn back there. And then this is the crushing system. So when you get a bunch of skeletons spawning, or skeletons in here, you can go ahead and do this. Oh. Did items dupe? Or is the TikTok? Yep, it did. So this is, again, with the item duping, because it's still in the game. Oh, no, I think they fixed it, actually. So it's not in the game, this is just from, again, I haven't played in over a year, so a couple updates since then, and I never fixed it. So that's actually how I got the all these items and stuff. So let's do that, and then once I push this button, it crushes them down to, if they're not wearing armor, again, this was created before skeletons spawned with armor. This crushes them down to half a heart of health, and then you can either punch them like that. That's a weird. I guess I got new noises. So you can either punch them with half a heart, or if you have a bunch of skeletons there, I usually wait until there's about 250. Chests over here have splash potions of instant healing. So you should just take one of those, splash it on the skeleton. Since it's an undead mob, it takes damage from health potions, and then it gets healed by damage potions. Then it has hoppers down here where it feeds underneath here, goes over to an item elevator over here behind this wall, and then sorts them into these chests. So you get a bunch of string from these spiders, you get a bunch of arrows from the skeletons, you get a bunch of bones from the skeletons again, great for bone meal, and then these are where all of the armor and actually technically there's string in here because it's the overflow chests, quote unquote. So this is where you get overflow items, so if these chests are full, it'll go in here, and then you also get bows and the armor items from the skeletons when you kill them. If these all fill up, and then if these are all full as well, there is an overflow thing back over here where it gets rid of all overflow items, just throws them into lava. Back here, this was, or is, an AFK fishing farm. So you just go in here, you hit that, and then you just hold and it just throws fishing rods down at you. Oh, damn it. No. Alright, so the way that this works is, let's do that. Oh, damn it. Alright, okay, that's what I could do. Just put it back in here. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the way that this works is you close the door, you fill up your entire inventory except for one slot with a fishing rod. You turn this on, and then you just hold down right click or map it to something else and just keep right clicking on that door, and you will get items thrown at you, and then when you get when you lose a fishing rod, it will dispense one out towards you from here. So you can do this, I've done this for 8 hours straight, and when you do that, keep the door closed so the items don't go out. When you get that, you get items put in here. I do believe did I sort this area? This was all storage. I do believe I sorted all of the items that I got out of here. Oh, no. You got some water bottles, some leather boots, and then bowls and tripwire hooks. I do believe I took everything else out. Yes, I did. So that's my AFK fishing farm. On the other side of this thing over here, this is my variable power enchanting room, or Viper 2.0. It uses all floor books. There's no roof versus the first version. Also, with signs that say null, again, that was from one of the updates. It changed the way it stored text in signs. So just ignore where it says null. So the number is the power or max level that you will get with the number bookshelf. So if you want max power 8, then it's just actually off. I forgot about that. And then you also go push it again. It just turns the lights off for storage. 9 it'll push up those 2 bookshelves, and you'll get 9. I have a chest down here with books and some lapis for enchanting. So you book lapis and you choose level there. Level 14. We have level 16. We have level 22. We have level 26. This corner, and then maximum level 30. You get all the bookshelves and you can do max level enchantment. Here, this is an anvil dispenser. So so let's say you're using an anvil, so it's slightly damaged. You break it, oh darn, what are you going to do? There's another anvil right there for you. So just a little, instead of having a big stack of anvils, it's a nice elegant way of having it. And then when this light turns on, that means you only have 1 anvil left in the magazine. So basically you stack it up, and you can hold up to 7 anvils. Stack it up, gravity takes the wheel, and then once it goes down, once the light turns on, you go ahead and replace the anvils. This is my library for different enchanting books. Basically, I spent a lot of time enchanting books, so we have some feather falling, some projectile protection. Again, you can get multiple enchantments. The ones that I use, I organize into these chests. So projectile protection. We have some thorns books. Silk Touch, got a bunch of Silk Touch books. I'm pretty sure I can buy those for my villager if I remember correctly. Unbreaking, Luck of the Sea, and then Lure. And then I don't know if there's actually any more enchantments, because when I ended off, it ended with Lure. And then this is some extra space in case they added more. I think they might have. Did they have, what was it? Breaking, ooh, it's Stormin', Looting Fire Ice. What was the one where you can run through water? Depth Strider. That was the most recent. That was the newest one that they added that I had. So I don't know if they added anything past that. Again, I have not played in a while. So this is my enchanting room. If we head over this way, to the right over here, this is my AFK farm. This is Francis. He's a villager that picks seeds. It's kind of slow, but you know, villagers, they do farm. Now, it was an update a while ago where they made them so they can farm. Basically, when you turn it on, it dispenses bone meal, and then he will pick it, and then it will automatically replant the seeds, and then it captures everything in the minecart down there, goes through an item elevator, and then gets dispensed into this chest. Again, villagers are kind of retarded, so that's why I also added this. You grab some seeds right here, aim right down here, you just hold right click or whatever it is, turn it on, and then when you do that, as long as you're aiming right down here, a little bit laggy, but it has bone meal in these hoppers up here and here. So it just bone meals the seeds and everything else, and you get a bunch of wheat. So that's why I got all the wheat, especially to decorate this place. On the other side, we have my villager trading center. All of these villagers are perfect villagers who have the final trade as the item listed above their head. These are all from the 1.7 update. It was the update before they nerf villagers and they get rid of trades after you use them for a while. So all of these villagers have infinite trades. This is how I get all of my tools for repairing. So if I want to do this, then I get a diamond pickaxe. Or wait, no, it's the first trade. Whatever it is, it's the first trade, so you get a diamond pickaxe, and so it's 11 emeralds to that. Where is the one for... Oh yeah, so these are buying items. So this is like how you buy the chain legging. Wait, what was it? No, oh, first item. First item is an infinite trade for these villagers. That's before they nerfed them. You get the diamond chest plate with those. You have Mildred Tabernathy here to protect them from zombies if they decide to come in. More items. These are trades for emerald. So I have a wool block trade, 17 for 1 emerald. An iron trade, which we have an iron farm on the server, so this is very easy. Gold farm on the server. Paper. I have a sugarcane farm on the other side of my house. We have coal, string, buy bottles of enchanting, buy lapis, and trade some dirty meat for some emerald. So these are all perfect villagers, all have infinite trades. You can trade as much as you want, and so that's why I kept them around. Down here, we have 2 more farms. So down here on the left is my cactus farm. This is basically, because I use a lot of lime green wool when I make redstone, like lime green. In order to make lime green, you need cactus. So that's why I made this farm. It goes up, I think, can't quite see the top, but it's an AFK cactus farm. As long as these chunks are loaded, it'll be making cactus. So you have cactus, 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 starting to fill up over there. This is how I get all the cactus that I need for a lime green dye, especially for making clay like this, and for all the lime green wool that I used when I was doing redstone. Very, very efficient. I did forget to build an overflow system on this, so once all these chests fill up, it will just clog up the system, but again, if you want to, you can just go ahead and just make an overflow system there. On the opposite side, we have my AFK tree farm. I built this. It works very, very well. It still works, actually. Let's grab some of these. Yeah, Apple kept using this, and he didn't know how to use it, so he kept breaking it. So that's why I closed it for everyone else. But basically, how you use this, chests, this is where you get extra saplings and apples if you're doing oak trees. They filter into these chests. On oak, so off for others. So if you're doing oak trees, such as, yeah, like this, then you want to do this one, because I think, I'm going to be honest, I don't really remember why. Oh, wait. Now I remember why, because it has the double extender down here to prevent them from being large oak trees. It just prevents them from growing into large oak trees and makes them smaller so they don't clog up the system. So that's why you have to do it for oak. All the other trees, they're just one block tall, so you don't have to worry about that. The way this works, you turn that on for oak, off for whatever. Push this button. There is a system feeding bone meal into here from a big stack of chests I have in the back. So all you do is just do that. The tree grows. Pulls the tree into there. And then it is a little bit laggy. But then again, you know, Minecraft has never been about performance, which is fucking phenomenal. And it goes back out. Turn it off, push the button again. And see, we have oak saplings there, so you get a lot of saplings, especially from oak trees. And then, let's go ahead and turn that back off. Roof goes back up. On the, I'll put these back actually. These are all the different saplings that I get. This is a system for the collection area in the back, which I'll show you. Back here, this is the collection area, so it will do a, was it 12 by 12 by 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 block tall chunk of wood logs. So this entire room will be completely filled with wood logs. I do have haste back here, which I made sure to make available over this way. So you just go through this with haste. This ladder is for going up to the top and jumping on top of the logs if you need to, just to get up there. That's the only reason that's there. There's a collection system here. You turn that on. Minecarts with hoppers go down there. So if you actually, so if you do that, it'll pick up the seeds or the blocks that fall on the ground, so you don't have to worry about going around and getting them. And then when you're done, you just turn it off. The minecarts come back here. And the entire time, they will be feeding their items down here. They go through a hopper line down here. And then they feed into this chest, so they just get extra items. They're in the back area. I'll show you. Back here, this light is to let you know when you are running low on bone meal. So there is a bone meal stack up here, which I filled all these double chests up with bone meal. It feeds into that dispenser. When this hopper is empty, then it sends a signal over here, and just to let you know that you need to refill on bone meal. So fill that back up. On the other side of my house, so that's everything on this side of the house. On the other side of the house, we have a few more farms and little doodads. If we go down this way, on the right we have a netherwart farm. So you push this button, and then actually I'll just do it. There you go. Pushes that, all the items get sucked up through the netherwart from hoppers, and then they get fed into this chest. Well, they get fed in the chest when it's not full. Again, you don't really need to use it when it's not full, but that's how it works. And then you just replant. It's a 64 it's an 8x8 square, so 64 netherwart just to replant. I'm not going to do it. And you just get it from here. And then behind it is the auto brewer that I designed. So basically how this works, I think they did change the way brewing works, because basically the way the brewing worked, in case for those of you who don't remember, you put netherwart in with water bottles. Netherwart would create weak potion or something like that. I don't know. Do you need to power this or something? Yeah, it would create a thing. Then you'd get the modifier, so we have sugar for potion of instant health, water breathing, we have some puffer fish. I got those from the fish farm. And then gas tears. I do have some gas tears. And then some night vision, blah, blah, blah. So this, basically you choose what kind of a potion you want, and then you choose the modifier over here. So this is to create a potion of weakness, speed into slowness, poison into harming, night into vision into invisibility. Create a tier 2 potion, time extension, so creates a longer lasting from 3 minutes to 8 minutes, stuff like that, or a splash potion. So let's go ahead and make a fire resistant splash potion. And the way it would work is it would start cooking right now. I don't know why it isn't. I'm assuming something changed with the way the mechanics work in, or the brewing mechanics work in Minecraft, so that's why that does not work. Again, I don't really have motivation to fix it, so sorry guys. And then for water bottles, because it does have a system of water bottles, you grab 2 stacks plus 34 out of here, face up, grab some water from there. There are hoppers underneath this red carpet here that will feed into a storage system back here for water bottles. And I think this light turns off when you need more water bottles in there. So and then it also feeds all the potions into here. So that's my auto brewer that I designed. Very, very useful if you wanted to get a bunch of potions very easily instead of having to wait. Down here, this is a pumpkin and melon farm. So you just push that. It crushes all the melons. It sends a hopper minecart to pick up all of the stuff. Comes back here, and then feeds it into the chest. Same thing with the melons. So just very, very simple. It's more of an AFK thing. Whenever I need them, I push the button. It goes. This is a triple chunk slime farm. So it has 3 chunks right next to each other that are able to spawn slimes. It has multiple layers for slimes to spawn. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 layers for slimes to spawn. This is the maximum layer that slimes can spawn. They don't spawn any higher than this, I do believe. And then they spawn all the way down, so a lot of area for slimes to spawn. As you can see, it works very well. They jump off the edge because of their AI. Water current pushes them into the cactus. And then in front of the cacti, we have some hoppers that go all the way around, picks up these slime balls. And then that feeds them into an item elevator. And push this button right here. We have chests full of slime balls, so sticky pistons are never going to be an issue if you have this system. Took a long time to build, but absolutely worth it. And then if we go down here, should be the last farm. Yeah, I was going to build some farms down here, never got around to it, stopped playing Minecraft, you know, shit happens. Over here, actually 2 more farms. This is my cocoa bean farm. So the way this works, it grows all the cocoa beans on the wall, the non-vertical parts. Grows cocoa beans on the wall. You push the button, pushes all the walls around, knocks all the cocoa beans off, and then you just run around. I don't have an auto collection system. This was kind of a last minute thing. I think this was actually the last farm that I built in my Minecraft career. So yeah, that's all that works. And then we just have some So then you just store the cocoa beans in here, put them back on the wall. They grow pretty quickly. Then just come back through, push the button again. Pushes all the walls up and down, shakes them off, and you're good to go. Last farm I have in my house. Hold on, that music's getting pretty damn loud. There we go. Last farm that I have in my house is my automatic sugarcane farm. This triggers once every few minutes. Can't remember. Pushes all the items into here. They get sucked up into hoppers underneath down here. And then down here is the collection area for it. Because this was my original way of getting a bunch of emeralds, was through paper trades. So that's why I have the ability to store 127,680 pieces of sugarcane. There's storage systems all the way back here. It lights up when they're full and then goes down. So then you just pull out from here. And then, yeah. So that's how I store all the sugarcane. Just grab it, and then there's crafting here, so you can craft some paper, and then go sell it to the villagers. So that is it with the underground farms in my house. I do have a couple farms above ground. Let's fly back up. That's the pyramid. Never really got around to decorating that room, so there's a lot of exposed redstone. Over this way is my animal farm. I built it away from the house, so I wouldn't have to listen to the noise from the animals when they are going meow meow. There's a little pond that I made. Go down here. This is where my this is called the animal husbandry area. So we have the rabbit area over here. Do I have the... Oh yeah, it's up there. You push this, so when you get a bunch of rabbits, baby rabbits fall down through the gap between the fence post and the glass because they're too small to stand on there. Full-grown rabbits stand up there. When you want to kill the rabbits for their meat, then you just push this. It swaps the blocks. They can't fit once they are fully grown, then they can't fit through there. Wait till they're fully grown. Baby rabbits can just explode out through there, and it has happened. So you just do that. Either throw a splash... No, I wouldn't recommend splash potion, because then you'll kill those rabbits. Just use a sword. Just hit them through there. When you're done, close it back up. The cow, sheep, and pig breeders are all of essentially the same design, which you have a bunch of sheep piled up right over here, or cows or pigs. Go over here, push this button. it dispenses water to make them float, so you can actually reach them. Sheep, I do believe they breed with wheat. I think it's wheat for sheep. I can't remember. You just do that, blah, 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 get them all nice and bred up real well. Turn the water off, and then down here, once you have the baby sheep down there, once they are bred, you push this button. Oh, wait, that's broken again. There it is. Item duped. There we go. So you have to have, it's a bud switch. Alright, so, one of the issues with it. And so you do this. It pushes a glass block, which pushes the babies through that 1 block gap, because babies can fit, full-grown sheep can't. They go down here. Once they are fully grown, you can just go ahead and stab them. With a looting sword, there is a hopper under there. Again, the same thing with pigs and the cow that feeds items over here. So this is wheat storage to feed them, carrot storage to feed the pigs, and then also this is where the food comes up in the far right chest. So this is where the items are, or the food is dispensed into this chest. Same thing over here. This is where the cow beef is dispensed over into here. I do believe I also have a collection system underneath that half block for rabbits as well. Over here, this is my chicken farm. Has chickens right there. They are on a half block underneath some water. Those are all babies. When they lay eggs, then, because do babies lay eggs? I think babies lay eggs. When babies lay eggs, it goes through there. They get picked up by a hopper. They get redispensed again and get thrown out. And then once they grow into full-grown chickens, they should start drowning. If you can see them, because there are some full-grown chickens. I'm pretty sure that's how the mechanics work that I used. You gonna start drowning there, buddy? There we go. Okay, so the full-grown chickens drown. Then when the eggs go out, they get dispensed. They make a little more little chickens there. You get the raw chicken here, and then some feathers here. So basically, when they grow up, they drown. You get raw and feathers. I did have lava up there to get cooked chicken when they die. There was a very high loss rate with chicken because of that, so that's why I went with water and then just cooked this later in the auto smelter. So that is the farm here. Let's go ahead. Those are all the farms that are within the confines of my house property. I do have a pool over here. Yeah, nice little pool, waiting area. Got a little farm over this way. And there we go. So nice little pool in case you guys ever want to go chilling. Nice infinity pool too. It goes into a pond. Got a grill. I think I actually did stock the grill. Did I? Yeah, I did stock the grill with some items in case you do want to do some grilling. So that is my house. Let's go ahead and check out the farms of the server, because there are quite a bit that make this quite easy to play on.